thought process. Me, Zach, I have chipped away at the code of a woman's thought process just a little bit more in order to further understand this species. The topic of the day is first dates. Let's dive right on in. Now, there's two completely different misconceptions when it comes to a first date. There's a woman's point of view and a man's point of view. Let's start with the man's point of view. When a man goes on a first date, we are very much looking forward to getting to know said woman. We don't know much about them. We've been set up on blind dates. We've been set up on this. We've been set up on that. We want to get to know you at the date. We want to figure out what your favorite drink is before the waiter comes so we can order it. We want to know about your family. What do you do for a living? Do you have any youngins? Do you have any dogs? Hopefully you don't have no cats. We want to learn about you during the date, which is how I thought women did. But I should have known by now in my infinite wisdom that whatever a man does, the woman does the exact opposite. In my research, I have found out that there is a whole conglomerate of women that has to pass the motion in order to go on a first date with a man. Let me explain. Let's switch over to woman's point of view. Let's say woman decides that she's going to go on a date with an old boy. Within 10 seconds of her agreeing to be on that date with that old boy, she is in her friend group chat, and she has acknowledged the fact that she has accepted an invitation from said boy to go on said date. Now, in this group chat, there is a minimum of 3 friends. Each one of them have a role in the dating society of their other friend. The number 1 friend is your enforcer. That's the one that you really don't want to mess with. That's like Baby D off of Next Friday. If something goes wrong, she's fitting to kick the man's ass. And if later on down the road, if the girl that you're dating thinks that you might be cheating on her, the reinforcer friend is the one that's dressed up like a hoot owl on the branch out there with binoculars watching you, making sure you ain't doing no hanky-panky. That's your ride or die friend. That's number 1. The number 2 friend is your tech friend, ladies. And y'all know y'all all got one. Y'all all have one that just because you might just know this guy's first name. And this tech friend of yours is fitting to creep his entire social media. I'm talking about you fitting to know birthday, if he was ever married, family members, how many dogs he's got, or what all of his exes look like and what kind of truck he drives. You fitting to know everything on this damn date. Alright? And the 3rd friend, this is your relief friend. This is the one, and men, I know you know that, you know this happens because it's happened to me. You out on a date, about in between 30 and 35 minutes into the date, your date just so conveniently has a phone call on the phone that she has resting up, face up on the table. Now, it might sound like a normal conversation during this phone call. It's not. Somewhere in this phone call, there is a code word. And if your date happens to say that code word in natural conversation, 9 minutes from that, when that conversation ends, she is going to receive another phone call from a different number saying that there is a family emergency and she must leave right now. That means you did not pass the test, you're not cute enough, you eat with your mouth open, or you smell funny. She don't want to be on a date no more. That is her relief friend calling, masquerading herself as some kind of a family emergency to get her the hell out of that date. There's 3 stages you have to pass in order to finish a first date. Because after you finish the first date, boys, it's off to the races. First stage is your outward appearance. Don't show up with a wrinkled shirt. Don't show up not shaven. Don't show up with stinking breath. And don't show up with mud on your boots. It don't work that way. Put a little effort into your lady and get cleaned up, shit, shower, and shave, and run up, go pick her up. Make sure your truck's clean and don't get anything on her clothes, and make sure you open the door for her and pull out her chair. It's just effort. That's stage 1. Stage 2 is your personality. Now, you can overcome a little bit of your personality if you are a good-looking man, but in my case, I've always been the one that my personality has got to overshadow the fact that I look like Quasimodo in my younger years. I'm finally growing into my body at 28, but back in the day, I looked just like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. But it's 1 or 2 things. You know what I'm saying? You gotta rather be cute with an okay personality, or you gotta have enough personality to overshadow the fact that you ain't cute. It's that damn simple. And the 3rd one, and the most, I'm going to say the most important one, honesty. Because all that research that 2nd friend did for that lady, when y'all are talking back and forth, it's not, she don't really care what you're saying. She's checking your credibility because she already knows the answer to all the questions that she's asking you. She just wants to see if you'll lie or not. Credibility is a big, big thing, boys. Don't take it lightly. It's a real damn ordeal. Okay, because every time she asks you something and you answer truthfully and she smiles and looks down, you didn't impress her. She ain't trying to be cute. She's smiling, looking down at her checklist that she's done wrote down in her lap, seeing what the next damn question is going to be because you just passed that one. Women don't like liars. It's not a thing. If you pass them 3 stages, boys, you off to the races and happily ever after, and Shrek and Fiona, here we come. But damn, I did not know that we were outmatched like this, boys. I mean, I had no clue that there was a whole secret society of women that get. Oh, the search continues. I'm on a quest. My whole life, it revolves around understanding women one day, and I'm never going to get there. But damn it, I'm going to be first.